live.
Oh,
Hey. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fire and Ice Blab. We wanted to welcome you to our, I don't know how many blabs we've done already, but
I think four.
Four?
Mm-hmm.
Really, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth blab with Fire and Ice. Thank you for joining us again. We are having such a blast. We're so glad that you joined us. Let us introduce ourselves first. I am Jay, the founder of Matters of My Heart, which is an emotional support program. I'm also running a second business, which is a self-publishing company, Jay the Author, where I help you talk about your experience, and on the other hand, I help you write about it. So I got both of them right here. And this is my partner in crime. We call ourselves Fire and Ice because we are so dorky. We love each other. Fire, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Fire. I'm Laura Sadler-Lovett, and I'm the owner of Coast to Diamond, and I primarily help women who've experienced sexual assault through emotional and mental healing transformation. And this is our show, Fire and Ice. We're dealing with life after life has dealt with you, right?
Absolutely. And we have a brave soul with us tonight, you guys. Diego has decided to join us.
And
this is his first time joining our thing. So, and you know what? He is so bold to join this conversation. So, Diego, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? First of all, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking a seat at our table. We're looking forward to hearing what you have to say. And then we'll tell you what the topic is going to be after you introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, so my name is Diego, and I'm from Brazil. And
Brazil!
Wow!
Nice!
And I was just looking around, and I found your guys' room, so here I am.
All right, so Diego,
sleepy, but
I bet you're in Brazil. I can't believe you're still up right now.
No, but it's not too late. It's like 9:30 p.m. It's not too late.
Oh, okay.
But if you are recording, I should do this because I'm a little bit drunk. My eyes are falling down. So recording, so I'm gonna look better on that.
So you don't look. Okay.
Well, we like to talk about real life issues, Diego, because both myself and my business partner here, Laura Shay, we've both gone through some things in life, and we think that because of our experience, we can help someone else go through their trials and tribulations. So we just like to offer our unsolicited opinion about life. But tonight we wanted to talk about the dangers of staying in a place of hurt. So our conversation really is about like serious stuff. We're not talking about, Real Housewives of whatever. We're not talking about current events. We're not talking about politics. We're not talking about going out and clubbing, or we're not trying to give business advice on how to run your business. We want to deal with the real issues of what happens. There we go. That's it. Hashtag silent no more. We want to talk about issues, and we both work in the industry of domestic
Healing
violence.
People. Yes.
Healing the hurt, mind, body, and soul, especially with Matters of My Heart and our healing support programs. We deal with the mind, body, and soul. So it's not one of those, we do like to laugh and have a good time. We like to joke and dance and things like that. But then there are matters that are serious, and we want to say something that is going to encourage and uplift everyone. That's what this whole blab is about. So one, let everyone know that you're not by yourself, you're not alone, and we are here to support you in whatever way, form, or fashion that is. So tonight we're going to talk about the dangers of staying in a place of hurt. So,
yes.
I want you to start this conversation off because this conversation can go in so many ways. And Diego, we only stay on we try to keep it in an hour time frame of our blabbing, but it depends on who jumps in and out of the conversation. The floor is open to anyone. This is a non-judgment zone. This is a safe place, a safe space for you to share, whatever it is that you're comfortable with sharing. And, that's it. So
that's it.
Fire.
Oh, man.
It's on you.
Danger. Oh, you put me on the hot spot, right? The dangers
Yeah.
of being in a hurt place. Oh my God. That can go a lot of ways. And I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about me. My danger when I was
Mhm.
in a hurt place led to substance abuse and suicidal attempt, right? From being in
Right.
that dangerous place, from
Yeah.
just being comfortable there. And I didn't realize how dangerous it was until I was down in that pit.
Mm.
And I don't think most of us realize how dangerous it is until we're in that pit, right? How about you?
Yeah.
Did you realize how dangerous it was when you was in that pit?
No, because the only thing I could see was darkness. And
Exactly.
I know it kind of sounds weird that the only thing you see is darkness when you're in the light. But if you've ever been in a place of hurt, you kind of shield yourself from everyone else. And so when I mean darkness, it's really hard for me to see anything positive. It's really hard for me to see light because all I see is pain. And all I want is a date that you can give me when this shit is going to be over. Like,
Exactly.
When is the pain going to stop? When am I going to be happy again? When is everything, my bills going to be paid on time? Husband act right. My dog act right. Like, at this point, everything is screwed up.
Yeah.
But I was in such a place of pain when I started remembering what happened to me. I didn't know anything about danger or anything. What I did, I went into survival mode.
Yes.
And so those coping mechanisms for me, like you said, for you, it was substance abuse. For me, it was pills. It was prescription pills, pain pills. It was alcohol. And now I learned to drink casually, but not drink emotionally. So when I'm in a place where I'm emotional, I don't have alcohol because I know I can easily abuse it. I've had alcohol poisoning before because I drank so much that I almost killed myself because I was just drinking and forgot that I've had like 10 shots of Fireball already.
And then pile on top
I'm like
of it.
100. I'm already 100 pounds big, so it only takes 2 Fireball shots to just take me out. But I just kept taking the shots until all I wanted to do was feel numb. Because if I'm numb, I don't feel the pain. And so if I don't feel the pain, I'm happy. So whatever made me numb, that's what I was doing. I was taking pills. As long as I was sleeping, I didn't go out a lot. I stayed in my house. I never opened my blinds.
Wow.
That's
Diego, I see you raised your hand. What's up? What you got to say?
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this specific subject, so I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
Okay.
And I hope you guys have like a great lab today.
Thank
you. And power to you, girls.
Thank you,
See you around.
Have fun. Tell us somebody about us.
All right, bye.
Bye. So, hi, Andy. Welcome.
I know.
She said, I'm just listening tonight. Welcome, Andy.
Oh.
So, so that was the issue with me is that I secluded myself. That's a good word. I secluded myself from everybody. I wanted to be alone. I didn't, it's not that I didn't have friends. I didn't want friends.
I feel
and
you.
So I kept myself to myself. And at the time I had my daughter, she was like 2 years old. So it was just me and her.
You know one thing I did? I started being on autopilot. I lived my life on autopilot. Like I knew I had to get up at this time and go to work and do this. And when I came home, the kids had to eat and I had to bathe them and I had to put them to bed. But I wasn't really living life. It was just the normal everyday living. We didn't make memory. There's like at least 2 years of their life where I really have no memory of them. Like I don't even think I have really pictures of them for like 2 years because I was in a dangerous place. I was on autopilot. I was in a dangerous place of pain. And because I was so in my pain, everyone around me had to feel the pain.
Absolutely.
As well. And I became a neglectful, bad mother. And I don't mind saying that because I did send my kid to my mom's house for a whole school year because I could no longer be the mother that they needed. me
But see,
to
you
be.
recognize that, Shay. You recognize that your children needed
I did
an affection that you didn't have to give at that moment. And so you sacrificed giving your children someone that you knew that would take care of them versus keeping them in that house. Now, what would have happened to your children had you kept them while you were trying to deal through all of your pain and all of the stuff, the bags that you had with yourself? What do you think would have happened to them?
You know why I sent them away? Because I contemplated on killing myself.
That's real.
Because I was like,
that's real.
I was like, I can't have my kids grow up in an evil world, and I don't want to be in this world because of what happened. So my thing was to take us out.
Yeah.
Right. But I was battling between two different, like the good angel, bad angel. So my good angel was like, send them away. And the bad angel was like, but no. You wanna hurt them. You wanna do this. Let's do it. And my good angel was like, no. So I did listen to the good angel, and I did tell my mom, and she did come and get them, and she kept them for a whole school year, and let me do what I need to do for me. And that was the dangerous of being in that place, because people, believe it or not, when you're down, the devil loves it. The evilness loves it. That spiritual realm loves it. And so they were playing on my emotions, and they were in my head telling me, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And it really took that little, not even a mustard seed. It's smaller than that, of faith in God to listen to that good angel. You know what I mean? So it really had me in that place to where, that's what would have happened. A lot of people go, oh my God, as a mother, how could you do that? Like when I hear stories in the news about how a mom killed her baby, or how this or how that. At first I go, oh my God, I can't believe it. But then I realized, wait a minute, Shay, you was there.
You get it.
You were there, so.
I'm almost at tears now, because I remember a moment when I was in my late 20s, and I was standing in the bathroom. My daughter was 2 years old, and I kept saying in my head to God, I kept talking to him in my head. I wouldn't say it out loud, but I kept saying, like, I'm so deep in this pit, God. Like I'm so far from you. I feel so far from you. And I remember saying it over and over in my head. And God said, I remember him. I heard it just like he was standing next to me. And he said to me, you're never too deep for me. You're never too far away from me. You're always within hand's reach of me. And so when he said that to me, that was my ounce, or that inch of hope that I had, that maybe there will be a day that I'm going to smile again. And so when I began to really release the things that happened to me, and I began to release it by journaling, I began to release it by talking about it, because that's what took away the power of that pain. It took the power away from it. It took the bite from the pain when I began to release it out of me. And when I began therapy. And what I realized was that when I was in my place of hurt, the only thing that I was giving out was hurt. So like with my daughter, I was a single mother, so no one could take her, and I didn't trust anyone else with her. But she was the one that was closest to me, and she felt those scars from my pain, because I couldn't be affectionate towards her. I couldn't hug her and tell her I love her. There were no baking cookies together. There were none of that, because I felt like I was such a horrible person. I had to have been a horrible person in order for my uncle to rape me. Something had to have been, something had to have been wrong with me in order for all of that shit to have happened to me. And so because I felt, and there goes my low self-esteem. And so what am I teaching my daughter? Low self-esteem, not to have confidence in herself, not to, realize that the greatness within her. And, but little girls, they cleave to, everything a mother has to say. That mother and daughter bond is something that's unbreakable.
It's crucial.
But when you break it, oh my God, the work it takes to mend it together is phenomenal. And so I know that, and I can talk about that because I'm living that, with my own child, and so I have to come to a place where only God can mend a broken heart. That's what I tell people. I can support you, I can hug you, and I can love on you because God has given that to me. He's given me that ability to love unconditionally because he loved me unconditionally. He looked at me and all the mess and garbage and stuff and junk that I put him through, not believing him, not trusting him, not realizing the power that he has, doubting him. And through all of that, he was still there. He was still my God. He still loved on me. He still kept me. He kept me. And so because of all of that, I have that capacity of love that I can share with other people. And so that faith that I have, first of all, I said that, a while ago in a couple of class. Hi, welcome. We're just blabbing. Yay! I'm glad you're here.
We're talking about the dangers of being in a hurt place, in a painful place, and it's real.
Yeah,
it really.
And you know what? The danger of it, Shay, is that we hurt the people around us.
Yes.
Maybe intentionally, but mostly is unintentional. Because we don't even realize that we're hurting them. See, in our world of hurt, we don't see anything but darkness,
Exactly.
And
And you touched on something really good. You were saying how, with your daughter, like, how could you love her? How could you, and that was one of the things that we're rebuilding now. I'm not an emotional. I'm not a what we call a what type of parent? I'm not a nurturing mom. People don't understand that. People go, how is that? No, I'm a provider. I'm a protector. I'm not a nurturing mom. I try to be nurturing. And I'm starting to reap what I've sown in my kids because now that I'm in a place to where I love to love and kiss all on you, my kids don't like that. You know why? Because growing up, when they were growing
they're not used
to it. And one of the things I did was research was if you've done something for 4 years, right? If you've done something with, I'm just throwing it out there. We'll just say for my kids, it took for 3 years, I was not affectionate with them, right?
Wow.
It's going to take me 6 years.
Wow.
To unbreak.
To undo that.
To undo the 3 years,
wow.
6 years of consistent of how I want things to be in order for me. And I was like, wow, that's the danger of being in a hurt place. You don't realize that once you plant that hurt seed, it's going to grow. And in order for it to turn into something fruitful, you have to chop it down. And even when start over. And even when the root grows, you got to chop that down. You got to keep chopping until you get to the place to where it starts producing good. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I did this to my kids. But like you said, I was in a dangerous place.
Yeah.
I was hurt.
We talking some good stuff now. Listen, when you talked about the root, and I'm not right. First of all, let me put this disclaimer out there. I'm not a gardener. I have a green, blue, purple, and all those kind of thumbs. Plants look at me and die just that quickly. I don't, they don't want me to water, honey. I ain't even coming close to the plant. He can look at me and just plants hate me. So I don't know everything about plants, but what I do know, what I heard, because I seen it on one of those Discovery channels, that the root of a tree, if you were to follow its origination, it is so freaking deep in the ground that it's really difficult to cut down a tree. You can cut the tree down at the base of it, but it's still going to grow back up because that root is way down. Like you have to dig all the way down. all the way down in the ground. Like, I don't know how many feet. Anybody know how many feet a root goes? It goes really. I bet Andy know. Because she out there with all them woods.
She out there in the woods.
Andy, how far does a root grow? Type it in the type it in there, Andy. Tell us how far a root grows.
Our table, Coach Rebel, all you gotta do is hit. I do animal, not tree.
but how deep that root
you would
goes.
like to take a seat at our table.
Okay. Yes, anyone.
Yeah,
yes. But how deep that root grows in the ground, no matter how you try to chop it off at the base of it, like you have to dig it all the way down in the ground to get that root up. Because once you grab the root up, it dies away. So once you've been in a place of hurt for so long, and I can say my place of hurt been, over 20 years. Yeah, I don't look that old, do I? Yes.
Oh no, honey, you weighing.
I'm weighing it, right? Slay. Right. Right. I don't look as old as I do, but I've been in a place of pain for such a long time, and I've been quiet about it for such a long time that once I found my voice, I can't shut up about it. And if you've seen any of the blabs, you already know Jamie's gonna be like, wah, 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 wah. She has so much to say because I know how important it is to talk about it. But as much as important, Shay, you can contend to this. I mean, you can agree or sign on or whatever that the hardest thing for us to do is talk about it, but it's also the scariest thing to talk about it. Why do you think it's so scary for us to talk about it?
Because you're worried about what other people are gonna say, or how they're gonna look at you,
or how they're gonna treat you.
You're like, how they're gonna treat you exactly, or what they're gonna say.
Being judged, coach, and rebel.
You said it. The society rape culture is real, and being judged, and it's so real, right? And people go, well, what were you wearing? What were you doing?
Yeah.
Well, why were you there?
You had on a short skirt.
Did you drink? And did you? Boom.
If you don't want men to look at you like that, then don't dress like that. What? So are you saying it's okay for him to touch me just because I'm wearing something that I'm comfortable in?
That's what rape culture says. That's what rape culture says. They say, oh, well, you had too many drinks.
Yeah.
I only had 2. Well, that's too many for you. You should conduct yourself accordingly. Really?
And let's flip it.
Like,
what about the men? What about when men are raped? See, people don't talk about that either. Men are raped too. And men are taken advantage of too. And then society tells a man that he can't cry. He can't show any feelings. He would be weak if he did. If he listens to society, man, we're going to end up with Donald Trump as our president. I'm just saying. And I'm telling you right now, never mind. I'm not going to put it out there, but I'm telling you, I'm moving somewhere to Africa, or I'm going to do like Michael Jackson did and buy an island somewhere and be my own president.
Look, honey. Oh, yes.
But yeah, so
that's why, and it's crazy. Yes, right. She said word. Man. So tell me this. How did you help yourself get out of that dangerous spot? I know you mentioned therapy earlier. Yeah. How did you help yourself? In a 2-part question, how do you keep yourself from going back?
Okay. That's a good question. I didn't do it by myself because I was comfortable in my darkness. In my darkness, I was safe. No one saw me. No one hurt me. I had this wall up, so no one got in and no one got out. As a matter of fact, I pulled out my book tonight because I wanted to read some pieces from it. The way that I came up with It Is Forbidden, the title, It Is Forbidden. And this book talks about my childhood and, when I started remembering what happened and all of that. So to answer your question is, 1, I didn't know I was in a dark place. So when my then husband, now dating boyfriend, whatever, don't ask. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know. Anyway, that dude, Levi, he saw that I was in such a bad place. He saw that I was in such a painful place. So he suggested that I go to therapy. And so through therapy, I started remembering even more things, and I started working through like how bad I really was, and you know, like seeing myself outside of my body. It's like an outer body experience type of thing. And so my husband then was the one who suggested that I seek counseling. Out of the counseling, I began to see how hurt and how broken I really was. And then part two of your question, I began to allow others to help me through it because I couldn't get through it on my own. I couldn't fix it. You know, my faith was challenged because I didn't know why God allowed that to happen to me. So my faith was challenged. I was in such a broken place, but yet I'm a wife and I'm a mother and I still have life. I still have bills. I still have to move on, you know, with regular life stuff. So I chose, and I said this before in one of the blasts, I chose two people that I knew were in a better place than me, my husband and my best friend, and their faith in God was strong. So I relied on them and their faith to bring me through. They were praying in the wings when I didn't have the strength to pray for myself. They were believing God for me when I didn't have the strength to believe God for myself. And through that, God began to piece me back together bit by bit. And so who you see today, and I tell people now, is like, don't look at my now until you know about my then. My now is not my then, and my then is not my now. I'm in a better place now because I allowed the right people to help me. Not anyone who would take advantage of me, who would be a yes man and tell me anything I wanted to hear, but people who are concerned about my soul. And so here's a question for you, because we both were in a place where we relied on others to become our support system when we were weak and we were broken. So how do you choose that? How do you know who is the right one that's going to be a support for you? That's going to be that strong support backbone that you need to bring you out of that dark place, to bring you out of that place of hurt.
One, I had to ditch everybody I was around because they was not helping. Okay. Honestly.
Yes.
It was,
if you can't change the people who you with, change the people who you with.
It was that one person. I don't even know if she know it. I don't even know if we talked about it, but it was my pastor's wife during the time. And how I went to church when I was pregnant with the twins, and she would come around. And then I stopped going to church for like 2 years. Like I would go like every blue moon. Let's just say in a year I might have went 4 times, right? And so I stopped going, but she never stopped checking up on me. She would call, "Hey, how you doing? How the beautiful baby? Let me come over. Can I come over? You know, let me just sit. If you want to just sit there and look at the wall, if you want to just scream, you know, or you want me to watch the kids." She was always there. She never pressured me, right? And so at first I was like, why does this woman keep calling me? And I haven't been to church and she's still calling me, right? But then I realized that was the help that I was asking God for and didn't even know I was getting it. She was there for me in ways that other people did not understand, because I didn't need no one to sympathize with me. I didn't need no one to understand the place I was in. I just needed someone.
Right.
And that was it. And that's what she was. She was just that someone. She didn't sympathize. She didn't try to understand the place I was in. She was just there. And then from there, I started looking at who had my best interest in place. And at the time, it was just her. And then I met my best friend, and it became her and them two together, along with my mom finally understood where I was at. Like, that's when the blinders came off, and I realized, wow, these people really rocking with me. Like, for real rocking, like, no judging.
Right.
Just as you rocking. You know, I seen a different side to my mother. It was crazy because I thought my mom would always judge me for, you need to do this with your kids and you should do this with your kids. But my mom was like, okay, I got them. And she let me do my thing, and she didn't judge me. She didn't say, oh, you being a bad mother. She stepped in when she stepped in. And then talking to her, she stepped in when she stepped in because someone stepped in for her. My grandparents stepped in for her when she was in a place to where she couldn't take care of me.
Wow.
So she learned that from them. And now I know when someone is in that place, I'm going to step in for them. This is why Fire and Ice show is here. We're stepping in to be that person for you.
And while you were talking, Shay, I looked in my book. Anyone, it is forbidden. I don't sell this book. I give it away because it is a private.
Really?
I do. Girl, I give it away.
I just learned something new, you guys.
You can go to my website and buy it if you want to, but generally I give this book away because it's so personal, and it really does share my deepest thoughts and feelings. And so in this book, I said this. I quoted a scripture, Proverbs 18:21. I'm going to give you the Message version because I know you don't like the King James. So it says, words kill, words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. And after that, I said, so in my darkest hours, I must make a consistent effort to surround myself with words of life. Remember we were talking about that last week, Andy, when you gave us that scripture about always thinking on positive things. And so I wrote in my book, there were times when I had to talk to myself as if I were talking to a good friend. Tears streaming down my face, I spoke out loud words such as, you will be okay. You will make it through this. He can't hurt you anymore. You are not a victim, but a survivor. Come on, get up. You can do it. These are the words that I said to myself. Though there was no immediate reaction in my words to my body, eventually I was able to move.
Woo! That was deep. Girl, you about to make me cry over here.
Girl, it's so true. Like once you sit down and you and I always said I'm not a meditating person. Like it's really hard for me to meditate because my mind is always rushing and running. But when I sit down and I grab a pen and I begin to write, what's in my head and what's in my heart and what's in my soul, this is what comes out, because God speaks to the heart of man. And though all of this cloudy stuff of hurt and pain and depression and anxiety and all of these things that comes with being hurt and not trusting anyone and grief, because you've lost so much, you're grieving and you're mourning because you've lost so much, there is still a time. Oh, I lost my girl. Here she comes again. There is still a time. Did you kick yourself out?
I did. Can you tell? I was trying to go post on Facebook, share the thing, and I hit the house button and it kicked me out. Sorry, people. I apologize.
This is live on air, girl. You can't fake this stuff. But yeah, but when I sit down and I begin to write, those things come out, and then it helps me kind of, get it out of my head, but kind of make sense of it. And then I can really see like, wow, that really is a trigger place for you, or that really pisses you off, Jamie. So, and then I can come up with a battle plan because I learned how my mind thinks. And here's something too. And have you noticed that this happened to me this week? Okay. When Mother Nature is time to, show her face, my body my hormones goes through this emotional roller coaster, and I get irritable. And so I can, like, the smallest things would irritate the hell out of me. Somebody could walk by and their shoes could be untied, and that drives me bananas. Like, tie your damn shoes! You know what I'm saying? And then I have to realize the point I'm trying to make, people, is like, you really need to learn how your body responds and reacts to everything.
That's
so
good.
when you know your triggers, you can better plan your reaction to it. It's like a battle with your own self. It's like an internal war.
So should we put our triggers on other people? Meaning, don't do that, or
Oh yeah,
that,
but we do it though.
We do it,
and
right?
it's not right. It's not right, but we do it.
Put our.
We tell you, you know what? Don't say that word because it triggers something for me. No, you know what you should do? Put your big girl panties on. Put your big girl panties on, and deal with it. Don't put your stuff off on somebody else to make you feel better. You're wanting everyone else, and that's that thing. You know, you want everybody else to walk on eggshells when they're around you. Girl, you better grow up.
Because you're still in that dangerous, hurt place, right?
Yeah.
So you feel everybody
and don't even know it.
In that, because you feel everybody should be in that dangerous place.
Hurt people. Didn't we talk about that a couple of weeks ago?
I think that was our first show.
Yeah, hurt people.
Yes.
But we want to change that
exactly.
Phrase, and we want to change that. It is a reality. We want to change that phrase to healed people heal people.
Yes.
You know? And that's why I'm excited. I think you should tell everybody what we're doing Thursday.
You want to tell everybody what we're doing Thursday? Okay, people.
That's the drum roll.
Oh, that's the drum roll?
Yes.
Well, Fire and Ice, Jamie and Laura Shay will be going to the White House.
Yay!
Invited along with other people on the It's On Us project to come to the White House and to
talk about this issue.
Exactly, talk about sexual assault and how we can take this head on and remove the stigma. Oh my God! Yes,
I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait. And, you know, there was a post on Facebook by someone that I like a co-author of mine, and just recently a family member of hers was killed in a domestic situation. Her husband is suspected, allegedly, that he had something to do with her death, but no one in the family knew that was going on with her.
Wow.
So she spent a couple of years of her life, who knows how long, being silent and abused. So again, #silent no more. There are so many people dying at the hands of their abusers. But you know what, Laura Shay, as I was thinking about this issue of domestic violence, it also made me think more about, okay, so what can we do to prevent it? But I don't want to just work with the victims. I want to work with the abusers, because the abusers are victims too.
They've been abused. Now that
it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And it's a repetitive cycle. And I tell people, I think I even wrote this in my book, that, you know, there are 3 outcomes to abuse. Either you become the abuser, you remain the victim, or you become the survivor. But you're one of the 3 or a mix of some. So I don't just want, you know, as I think about this problem, I'm really, really like, how can we, and someone said this to me as I was talking to them about matters in my heart. They said, well, you can't really prevent domestic violence. You can't prevent, I mean, it's such a huge problem that one person, there's no way you can prevent it. And it's that type of thinking
that keeps it going.
Because they think it can't be stopped. Silent no more. That's right, Andy.
A bit early.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so you can't it's the trick of the enemy that tells us it's such a huge issue and it can't be prevented. Good night, Andy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Andy.
So, you know, what do you think?
Whew. I think whoever said it, is they are small-minded. They're really closed-minded. I think it just takes one person. I feel like if I've helped one person heal, I've done my job.
Yeah.
Because that one person multiplies into 2 people, who multiplies into 3 people, and it's a domino effect. So it just takes that one person to help break the cycle. And we can do this one person at a time, but the thing is, we just got to do it one person at a time.
Yeah.
We can't go in thinking we're going to change the hundreds and millions of people who are being abused or doing the abusing. But what we can go in is saying one person at a time.
One at a time. Yeah. Break it down into manageable pieces.
What they say,
like we do with laundry.
How you
one bite at a time.
Exactly.
Yes. It's like doing laundry. I have like 3 loads I got to do. I'm not about to do all 3 tonight because I've been working all day. So I'm going to do 1 load today, 1 load tomorrow, and then breathe the next day, and then do another load. Somebody look at me like, girl, you crazy.
Look, I did the twin load. That was 2 loads today. I was like, oh my God. Laundry.
I know, but it's always, you have to, I think that people who've never been in this situation, not just rape, it's not just sexual assault, but I'm talking about all forms of domestic violence, which could be physical, it could be mental, it could be psychological, it could be spiritual. There's all kinds of financial, domestic abuse. There are all kinds of different abuses, but I think that you've never verbal is the rest. The worst, because it's mind. Anything that taps into that mind. Woo,
not seen, but it's definitely heard.
It's deep, and it's hard. But anyone who's never been in that place, it's really difficult to.
Oh wow!
I get it. I get that, Coaching Rebel, and it's. If you've never been in that place, it's really hard for them. It's really hard for you. Oh my God, are we? No, it's 9:12. I'm thinking we're over at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're 12 minutes over, but no, we have 15 more minutes.
Okay, she's on the app. So where it say call in, click on call in, Coach Rebel. Click on call in, and we'll wait on you. But go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, so if they've never been in that place, then it's really difficult for them to understand why it's such a passionate place for me that I have to do something about it, and so there was also another point that I was going to make, and then I forgot.
It'll come back.
Maybe.
It's gonna come
oh, you
back.
know what? I did see.
Did you have? Is it locked?
No, it's open.
It's open.
Are you on your? Do you have an iPhone?
Okay.
Yes.
So it should be like up under one of our pictures or something. It should say like call in or something to that effect. I don't know what it says.
It should be. Look at my finger.
Like I know,
it
right?
Should be down
like,
there.
I'm going down, right in there.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited about Thursday.
On the air button, yes.
I think
on the air.
It. I'm so excited.
I am excited about Thursday, and I have my outfit picked out.
Really? You giving leg, ain't you? Ain't you giving leg?
I'm not giving leg this time, but I am still going to wear my Silent No More shirt. But I got to work on my flyers too. Girl, your flyers look great. They look excellent.
Honey, I paid for that.
I love.
Well, I did one myself. The big picture of me.
You're not on.
You don't have to be camera ready.
Honey, do you see these greasy lips right here? I have my glasses on. My hair ain't done. I came off of work. I'm like, yo.
Look at that.
Look, my hair looked a lot better. Are you really talking about your eyebrows? I'm done.
I need to put clothes on.
I'm so over you. Oh yeah. Well, don't be naked, Coach, because this ain't that kind of show. It ain't that kind of show. Keep it holy.
You gotta keep it PG. PG-13.
Right.
Well, I don't know. PG-13 be showing a little. Let's keep it PG. But I don't know if I want to wear my shirt. It's a little faded. I need to get me a better shirt, better quality shirt. So, yeah, I don't know.
But I'm ready to have that conversation with people that I think can actually make a difference, and that's people in policy. That's people in those political seats. Those people who affect policy.
Yes.
If we can, and Vice President Biden, he's already on the track. He works closely with It's On Us, and so does Lady Gaga.
He does.
So I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say. And then what I love about it is there's going to be like a working session after the event.
I've seen that.
And happy hour. So before happy hour, I want to sit down and I want to brainstorm. I want to be in that room when they brainstorm on how can we make a difference in our communities. So yes, we're talking about it here at this table, but then we're going to disperse and we're going to go back to Virginia. We're going to go back to Maryland and DC, and we're going to go back to our own communities. What are we going to do in our communities to bring this situation, to bring this to light?
One of the things I want to bring up is, where is the funds to get the forensic test taken to the lab for the DNA? Because Virginia, we're on a 6-year backlog.
Wow, really?
Rape kits. Yes, we are, because of funds.
Wow.
Don't you know that 6 years back, we could have some serial rapers?
Yeah.
But we'll never know that because the kits aren't being tested.
Right.
And most of the time
they're not being tried.
Test the kit and they're not testing the kit because the person is not present, is not willing to go to court.
Yep.
But that shouldn't matter. We have to be the voice for them when they can't be the voice for themselves.
And a lot of victims or survivors or whatever you want to call them, they've lost faith in the justice system, in the judicial system, because there's, and I know for me, and someone asked me this at the last conference that I spoke at, why haven't I pressed charges? I come from a very small town in Mississippi. Did you see the law that Mississippi just passed that the business owners, it is their right not to serve anyone in the LGBT community. Am I saying it right? LGBT? Yeah, I said it right. See, I ain't even remember. I said it right. So if you are homosexual or you're transgender or whatever, Mississippi has passed a law that you don't have to be served in any business establishment. This is the state that I was born in. This is also the state that will not prosecute any spouse in a domestic situation, because they said, the state of Mississippi, the politics, the courts or whatever say, well, you're married to them, so there's nothing we can do. And so I grew up with this, and I don't have faith in the judicial system. So why am I going to put myself through all of this hurt and pain for him to walk again? Because he was arrested and then he was let go. He was only in jail for 1 day, but he had raped a number of children, and more than 5 children, molested, incest, and all of these things that he's done. He spent 1 night in jail. This is the same man.
This is the system.
This is the system that I came from in Mississippi, and it's still just as raggedy, because look at the law that they just passed. They have no respect for humankind, that state. And so I want to bring attention to the state of Mississippi and the things that happens there because of, alcoholism, drugs, all of these things that clouds Mississippi. Like, the people who stay there, they have lost all sense of hope.
Yes.
In anything.
They're just there because they can't make it nowhere else.
They feel like they can't make it anywhere else. They feel like that there's no other way, and this is all they have, and so they're just going to make do. I'm tired of that making do spirit or mentality, and that is what matters in my heart. Matters in my heart. We're going back on the ground to Mississippi. We're taking cameras with us, and I want the world to see where the hell I grew up, how the medical system failed. Not only, I can't tell you how many people in my family passed away in the state of Mississippi because there was no medical care. I'm getting all pissed off with this stuff now.
That's passion. That's passion.
but the only way to shut things down is to bring attention to it. It doesn't just happen in the state of New York. It doesn't just happen in the state of California or Chicago, which is not a state. I know that, but I'm just naming. I'm just saying, all these big cities.
But she got it.
I got a little something, But it's just not in those places that has all of the national attention. It happens mostly in these small cities in the country and in the states that does not get a lot of attention. And it happens more than in the African American community. It happens a lot in the Latino community. Oh my God! When I start reading the numbers on what happens in their homes phenomenal. And it's sad, but someone has to speak up. Someone has to do something. And damn it.
Exactly.
I'm tired.
Put your cape on. Put the cape
Put my S on my chest.
Put the S on the chest, honey. Yes.
Thank
do
you.
it. Do it.
Yeah, but I'm not alone in this.
I just want to point this out for women who plan on working with other women. And even if you're, and this is a great thing, I love this. We both deal with the same topic, but we deal with it in different ways. And so this basically shows that no matter if you're in the same field, you still can work together for the greater good. Absolutely. It's not a competition, because at the end of the day, I'm in competition with myself for being a better me, not in competition with Jamie. Jamie in competition with Jamie. We're doing the same thing. But we can still work together for the greater good, because there's enough for all of us to take. I can't heal everybody by myself. She can't heal everybody by herself. And
but if we join forces.
Girl,
yes.
And one thing you told me before, I don't know, I'm sure you remember, you told, what God, who God has for you, he has for you. Who God has for me, he has for me. So whoever we work with in the same realm, there's only going to be people who respond to my voice and what I have to say. And there's going to be people who respond to what you have to say. Yes. Yeah. And you see how we're going to the same place, but we're going with two different agendas. But at the end of the day, guess what? It comes back to helping that person who cannot help themselves right now. I'm focused on the forensic side. She's focused on the politics side. But at the end of the day, it's still helping the person who needs us to be their voice right now.
And only God can put us in the face of people in those positions that has the power to do something. And so if I go to Vice President Biden, or if I go to someone who has the platform that I need to stand on and say #silent no more, then damn it, that's what I'm going to do. But what people need to understand is, like, it's not just happening in that small town. So what are we going to do about it? And we can work better as a united front than we can in our own separate corners. And then you remember we watched a Periscope together with the Self-Assured Woman, Miss Tamika.
Honey, you see her scope tonight? You need to go back and check her.
I'll go back and watch the replay.
Honey, we was praying it up.
Really? I love her.
What? Yes,
I love her. But she was saying to us how there are people attached to our purpose. And so who's attached to my purpose may be different from who's attached to your purpose.
I remember that, honey.
So one person, we still have a job to do. And it'll accomplish, it'll be, yes, we prayed.
She wasn't on that. I'm telling you, powerful, honey.
Yeah, so if we can just join forces together and pull each other out and keep each other, this is one of your favorite words, and I'm about to say it for you, Shay. We hold each other accountable for our healing, because it's a process, 2 is a journey, and 3 is ever going.
Yes.
It's ever going. It's always going. So it's not going to be like, and I said this in my book, I was like, I don't think I'll ever get over being raped, but I learned how to live beyond that, because that's not me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take me out. A lot of people it took out. I was one of the ones, blessed ones, who did not succeed in suicide because I attempted 3 times. So obviously there's a reason for me to be here, and I don't want people to ever feel what I felt. It's bedtime. So we have 5 more minutes. Coach Rebel, do you? Oh, thank you, Coach Rebel. So we have 5 more minutes on the blab. Is there anyone who wants to ask any questions? If you have any questions, type them in the chat box and all of that good stuff.
And remember, some people are watching from the
yes.
computer.
So thank you, everyone who's watching the replay. Thank you so much. Please, you can always hit us up on our websites. There's so many different ways to contact us.
I think I put it in there, right? Did you put it in there too?
Yeah, no, I didn't. But you did. Thank you. Put yours too.
I did it. I had to beat up people.
You didn't catch us. No questions. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We try.
I know, Coach Rebel, you were thinking about doing one for Saul. I can't wait for that to come about as well.
The self-assured woman thing?
Yes.
Okay, she's on the lab. Okay. Well, please, yes, I want to check it out. So let me see. Let me make sure I'm following you.
I know, right? Did I just? Yes, I did.
There we go. Yes, following you. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So
you can go ahead and close this out.
Close us out. All right, let us all gather together, join hands about. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, oh my God.
Where are you going with this? All right, people. I hope you have enjoyed the show. I hope we have given you tips, signs, tips, and ways to get out of that dangerous spot by showing our truth and being transparent with our truth and our lives. And our website is in the comment section, www.mattersofmyheart.com. You can contact Jamie, which is Ice over here, if you have any questions or just want to know more information about her support group and #SilenceNoMore. And then in the comment section is www.LordShayLovett.com. And you can contact me as well if you want to know any more information about Codes to Diamond and how we can help you and be there for you and help build your support system. So we thank you for listening and for watching us, and we appreciate it. And we're going to see y'all next week, right?
Yes.
Yay.
Next week, same time, same channel, same crazy people. Come on and laugh with us.
Come on.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Have a good night. Love you all.
Bye.